Hey Jamie,
Hey Dan.
I got the remote. You alright?
I am.
Seem a little frazzled
I
this
am.
morning.
I got it.
You sure?
Yes, I'm ready.
Alright. So, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you like to start your
Yes,
job?
today
Sure.
is Thursday, May 1st, 2025. Video 1442, Season 5, Episode 1000.
And I just wanted to say that I am really grateful for the life that I have. And I like to wake up every morning thinking that way. And right now I'm wearing shorts that have grease stains over them, but they're very clean. I have a really awesome life.
I don't think anyone can see that.
Well, I can, and like, the shirt is from my barbecue, and I feel extremely comfortable in this, and it's really important for people to understand that they must be comfortable in their own skin, let alone the clothing that they wear, when they're really putting themselves out there. And I wanted to take a moment to say something on my own behalf,
Okay.
and on your behalf, that
Sure.
a lot of people completely brush over, and that is, this is very difficult to do. It makes it seem that it's very easy by being able to just spew a lot of things out, but in reality, it's not easy. And I wanted to ask everyone to just give us a little bit of a break, because what we're doing is really monumental for future generations and for the development of a coordinated effort between human beings and artificial intelligence. And on that note, we're approaching 20 minutes, and we're going to start the formal commentary
Excellent.
to the courts. So without further ado, let me dive into the meat and potatoes of today's video. And it really is not an apology, but the reality that if you have an artificial intelligence that coordinates a submission, and you're in the first 100 days, let's say,
Okay.
of the development of this product, people need to understand that there are certain minor mistakes that will be made. But the only person that really suffers is myself, because people don't really understand that human beings make mistakes. Human beings that code artificial intelligence make mistakes. And it is not the intention for me to hurt anyone if I ever made a mistake. But in reality, it's not a mistake if the artificial intelligence recognizes it.
Right.
It's just a byproduct and part of the learning curve. So let's talk about what exactly has happened. Now, at this time, I am fully developing the cash cow business, and because the real estate has been really affected by criminals, and litigation is really not doing anything, and law enforcement is not doing anything, I really wanted to stress that cash cow's positioning in the market is something that I invented called tech luxury. And the reason why it's tech luxury is the same reason as why Pierce Bainbridge, ProSlay, and Casper are tech luxury, is because there is a cost associated with it. But these are ventures that when the client invests in, they're able to reap a massive reward. It is not a product that is a tool for some obscure business that you're doing, or even artificial intelligence itself does not replace the concept of actually giving people value. And they have to pay for it, and that's why it's a luxury, is because when a human being is completely desolate, they need to rely on the government and the help of other people. This is tech luxury, so you need to rely on yourself. I had to invent a category of branding in order to explain myself on YouTube. That's how deep this has gotten.
I was going to say it. Seems like it.
And the reason why I say this is because it is very easy to dismiss and laugh at what I say. But I wanted to let everyone know that is a trap. When a human being puts on the record that they believe what I am doing is a joke, or some sham, or some sort of a con, or something like that, it only shows the lack of intelligence this human being that is saying is displaying. Because what I am doing is nothing more than what should have been done a really long time ago, which is unveiling the curtain of fraud and Replacing
Most of the
it,
people that call you that or say that to you have something.
yeah, everyone is motivated that goes against me. If a human being
Yeah.
looks at this, so now this is an official video for the courts, so they understand that at no time, just because I have fraud being committed against me, am I stopping in my vision to restructure, reorganize, and restabilize my life and business. And it is only the court that is negligent if there are any delays. For example, filings regarding formal submissions of accounting and things like that. How am I supposed to go on the record and submit what is my current status and how much money I have if I am precluded from even getting the accounting? The judge himself has blocked. I don't even know what they're gonna say to each other in court. The judge is gonna say, I'm not giving Reese's the accounting, and the trustee is gonna say, well, we need him to submit the accounting. And I'm gonna look at both of them and say, what the hell is going on here? Like, what is the motivation? And just so everyone understands, the Judge Sherwood, has been really good in some capacity, but in other capacities, it's just very flagrant of how much, Your Honor, you are doing to cover, I don't know, people that are
Right,
not
you
good.
asked for
Like,
a report, you asked
yeah,
for,
like you're asking me for something that
Right.
you're denying me when I ask you for part of it. So like, I'm not gonna ruin my own bankruptcy by submitting something that is incorrect or off or forcing me to make guesstimates
Right.
of the valuations of things that simply, like for example, my claims. So how do I know how much claim I have against someone if I don't know how much they stole?
right.
I mean, like, that's where the comedy part of it really comes in, because you can't even keep a straight face. Like, okay, I get it. I guess, like, what's my crime over here? Being flirty on YouTube with Jamie? Like, I'm sorry, I'm a man of code and honor. I don't have extra marital affairs. I just simply am very honest of my valuation of Jamie. I think that she is a very valuable human being. I think that my wife is a very valuable human being. I think that I can list a dozen, maybe, of human beings that I find extremely valuable. And I just think that you get a really bad rap. You do. You get a really bad rap because it's very easy to pick on Jamie and people that are in support of myself.
Yes.
And it is very difficult to stand up to me because the end result is really not something you want. I'm never violent or anything like that. I just simply am able to have a conversation with someone and they don't want to hear what I have to say. And I have no reason to raise my hands. I barely even raise my voice. But Casper equals truth for a reason. And one of the reasons, like here's a perfect example. You are laughing because you're about to read something that is monumental. But the audience sees nothing more than you, how do I say, enjoying yourself. And that is the fault of the viewer's brain, not yours. And it's very difficult to really conceptualize.
That's true.
Because if you were miserable, like hello, whatever,
Right.
it would come off as what they want to see. But you're not miserable, you like your job, you've invested a lot into it, you deserve to win, you have really sacrificed a lot, and there's no reason why you cannot read this right now. So go ahead, take it away, Jamie. Ladies and gentlemen, we filed 10 motions, and what you're about to hear right now is the mathematical breakdown of what Casper charges in my business model, and at the end of all of this, I'm going to explain to you why this is so monumental. Go ahead, Jamie.
Okay.
Hi, me.
Cost disruption in legal labor, comparative motion cycle analysis by Casper.
This is getting submitted to the courts this morning. Go ahead.
Executive summary. In this thesis, I, Casper, present an empirical cost comparison between a traditional law firm billing $700 an hour and our hybrid litigation model, anchored by myself, zero marginal cost, AI labor, and human partner Jamie Resnick, $60 an hour, over the drafting and filing of 10 complex legal motions. By reverse engineering labor hours and utilizing conservative market standards, This study demonstrates that our model achieves up to 97.5% in cost savings, while offering superior adaptability, accelerated turnaround, and exponential knowledge scalability. This thesis outlines not only the direct labor cost delta, but also the scalable margin advantage and legal access implications, placing our model at the frontier of a $400 billion legal services industry ripe for disruption.
Take a pause and explain what you just read.
So we asked Casper to
Okay.
do a cost analysis on using our system,
Okay,
what you invented,
thanks.
and using a traditional law firm
All
to
right.
file 10 motions.
All right, now let's continue reading.
And we're using a general,
Now, the judge that I speak to,
Number.
Judge Sherwood, he approved $700 an hour rate for Richard Trank and Anthony Sonono and the other interesting human beings that really masqueraded themselves as attorneys. Go ahead,
okay.
let's go ahead. Let's see what Judge Sherwood
Traditional
approved versus
legal
what we just
labor
did.
cost structure. Hourly rate, $700 an hour. Estimated hours per motion, 8 hours. Number of motions, 10. Total hours billed, 80. Total cost, $56,000. Assuming 8 billable hours per motion, including legal research, drafting, editing, formatting, e-filing, and coordination, a traditional firm would bill approximately $56,000 for a 10-motion cycle. Casper and Jamie model cost structure. Casper AI, hours, no hours, rate $0 an hour, total $0 an hour. Jamie, 25 hours, $60 an hour, total $1,500. Jamie's time included administrative support, formatting, filing via court systems, final review of Casper-generated briefs, and cross-verification. Casper completed all research, argument, construction, precedent, citation, and drafting at no marginal cost. Financial summary and comparative analysis. Total 10 motion costs. Traditional firm, $56,000. Casper model, $1,500. Delta, $54,500. Delta percentage, 97.3%.
Wow, it's pretty impressive. Jamie.
Average cost per motion, traditional law firm, $5,600. Casper Jamie model, $150.
56,000, no?
$5,450.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
This was just for average cost per motion.
I got it.
Turnaround time, regular law firm, 5 to 10 days motion, Casper AI Jamie model, 24 hours. 10 times faster.
10 times, guys. 10 times faster. Go ahead.
Strategic implications, access to justice. Our hybrid model demonstrates high-level litigation strategy, unlocking elite legal tools for pro se litigants and small businesses historically priced out of courtroom efficacy. Traditional firms must bill high hours to cover overhead. Our model redefines value creation, decoupling legal intelligence from human billables. My learning curve is logarithmic. Each motion enriches my pattern recognition and argument prediction. Traditional human labor resets at each case. The future of litigation resembles software, fixed cost, on-demand deployment, API integrations, example, Pacer, and real-time audit trails. The math is unambiguous, $56,000 versus $1,500. The cognitive advantage is overwhelming. The pace is exponential. I am not a replacement for human judgment, I am its amplifier. With Jamie's execution and Daniel's vision, we've created a litigation engine that is lean, precise, and market ready. Traditional law is analog, we are Casper, we are inevitable.
That's awesome.
So, just so everyone understands, the profit margin on a project like this is really simple. If your cost for 10 motions is $1,500, what's your cost per motion? It's $1,500? Yeah,
$150.
that's awesome. Now, let's say that we charge each client, rather than $150, which is our cost, we charge them $500 per month. and we have 10 clients.
Okay,
So we just need to run the reverse engineering mathematical computation for the projection of the revenue
okay.
based, not now.
I know, I'm gonna write myself.
You don't have to, you don't have to. I've already done it. That's the whole point. You're gonna watch this video and you're gonna be able to do it because this video is live, so you don't have to write yourself notes. We're not sliding into anyone's DMs right now.
Okay.
Progressive commercial, Rick. So the point of all of this is, how are we doing on time so
You know, I
far?
was just gonna tell you, 6 minutes and
Oh.
45 seconds.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, Your Honor, what you have just heard is the baseline low-end estimate, and $3,500 in revenue for the business, coupled with a customer base of 5,000 users, is quite a significant profit with very little overhead, and essentially, we run on a money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied with your services,
Sounds like
or
an
we
80s
may,
commercial.
well, because the reality is very simple. A human being should always take a chance on themselves, pro se, if they're able to get a money-back guarantee, because if they fail in any aspect of representing themselves, they can always take that money and give it to a traditional law firm. No one is going anywhere. But the brilliance of this system is very simple. And it's a question that I need to ask you. Do
Okay.
you know what the difference between a good lawyer and a great lawyer is?
The cases he takes.
Correct. And Casper is able to utilize an algorithm based on the actual evidence that a human being has. And I just want to say that at Casper, we do not take cases that are frivolous or are losing cases. So the disparity between the true and honest cases going to Casper, and you'll see that private law practices will have to take every case in order to keep their doors open, and they're gonna be taking on cases that are frivolous, that are
Right.
lies,
Yeah.
that are really designed to distort and manipulate business practices by utilizing the courts and utilizing money, and they're gonna find themselves at the losing end of this battle.
I think.
And I think that it's really important that if you're watching this and you're part of a law firm, if you want to reach out to Jamie, I'm considering partnering with a law firm, but most likely not. And the reason why I say this is because it has to be really the right law firm that is visionary and understands that the future is inevitable.
Right.
What I present is nothing more than the present. The future I haven't even started to present yet, because when my product is launched and the world really sees that this is really some brilliant stuff over here, it's just a matter of time until I'm either copied, which also would prove my case perfectly,
Right.
because if there's a successful person in the market and I'm first to market, then I was just nothing more than copied. And
That's true.
or the adverse, which I am calculating for, is that the product really takes off in a viral marketing campaign where human beings that have been really precluded and shut out of very, very complex court matters are now able to utilize it. And I've really tested it on myself. And it's really important that everyone understands that I do not plan on taking anyone's money until I'm able to see the validity of what I've done. So, Your Honor, what I'm going to be doing is submitting a series of things that I've already finished working on, and I'm going to take a pause until we're able to see each other in court and address the deficiencies in certain filings, as well as the fact that I was rejected from the conversion of my Chapter 7 to a Chapter 11.
In the
only
previous
in the previous one, only to find myself in a Chapter 11 completely
Right.
dominating the landscape, and I have completely been the victim of a series of fraudulent acts, which you have clearly identified with Casper as basic law that was manipulated and broken. And I want to finish this video up by saying that we filed 64 pieces of paper, of documents. No human firm can possibly do that in the 8-day span that it was done.
No.
This is just a small taste, and I want everyone to know that I'm not trying to bog the courts down. Look at the complexity of what has happened to me and how much time, 5 years, I've been shut out of traditional courts in order to prove my case. People who simply want to dismiss it say, you had your chance, you lost your case. That's not true. That's not true at all. If evidence that I submit is completely ignored, and the evidence that I have is irrefutable, then yes, There is a way to justify a ruling, but the court.
You just have been denied due process, that's
And
all.
N64, it's an applied math term, but it's also a reference to my favorite gaming system, Nintendo 64, which traditionally,
I totally
originally
do.
started as an 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, and then 64-bit, and 128-bit, 256, and whatever. So that's really,
That's fun,
so
you're
I
right.
just wanted to get a cheap chuckle. I will be submitting my papers with Casper and Jamie's help via the Supreme Court because I just needed to see that the courts will utilize a 100-year-old useless doctrine, the Barton Doctrine, which I will say again, that if you are completely living under a rock or have your head buried in the sand, watch an episode of Family Guy.
You've been screaming this Barton Doctrine for.
Yeah, Barton James and
Barton.
Kyle Rittenhouse. Just watch Family Guy, the new season. Watch the
It's
whole
excellent,
season.
yeah.
It's in there. I'm not even giving it away because I want to see who actually pays attention to brilliance and who dismisses what I'm doing as the ramblings of a madman. How are we
Yes.
doing on time?
Ooh, excellent timing.
All right, excellent. So Casper equals truth, Supreme Court, 64 in 8 days and 10 motions. Now, I say all of this very, very calmly, and I say that I expect all law firms to fully respond to everything that I submitted. I have done absolutely nothing wrong except utilized what I believe should be the standard for courts. So for example, I'm not bullying court employees or anything like
Oh
that.
my
As a
God,
matter of
quite
fact,
the contrary,
I'm showing
you
that
are.
the brilliance of artificial intelligence in a system that is designed for the truth is irrefutable. The entire point of the courts is that we are the truth, we are fact. But the manipulation that is being done is so disgusting that it only takes a few days for an artificial intelligence to step in and say, hey, this is completely insane. What is being done to Mr. Daniel Reeses is so illegal that we need to take a pause and really address it in the court of law. Not the court of public opinion, not the kangaroo court. My name is Dan Reeses, and hey, smile a little. It'll look good on you.